First band, 1995. In November, it was on a Drake mallard. I shot out in Brunswick Point in the marsh, out off of Ladner there, we're down by the sanctuary. And I really had no idea at the time. I was so young and naive, and I picked up the bird and it had this metal band on its leg, and I was like, oh, what's that? And I found out you could send in the number and to the wildlife service and get all the data from where the bird was from and how old it was. So I did it, and turned out that the mallard had come from George Lake, Alberta, and he was a 3-year-old drake, and I have him mounted on my fireplace as a memory. And ever since then, it's been a driving force in my life to collect the jingle jangle jingle around my neck.
The bling.
The bling bling, yeah. I've only gotten 9.
Wasn't there a time when, was it Clover? Wouldn't go pick up your, I don't know, was it a drake or a mallard?
Me and Maya were in the field one day. She played hooky from school and convinced me to take her duck hunting somehow. So we did, and we went down to a field. There was lots of water. I remember having to carry Maya into the field on my back because she had no hip waders, and it was a mess. But anyways, we were out there, and we had 2 mallards sink into the decoys, and I shot the one, not the one I was wanting to shoot. I hit the one behind it. I was wanting to shoot the drake, and I ended up shooting the hen. Anyways, Clover would run out there and wouldn't pick the bird up. She'd come back, run out there again and sniff it. And so I was getting frustrated, so I thought I'd just go make the retrieve myself. And when I got out there, lo and behold, there was a band on the bird, and I kind of had a freak out, an excited freak out. And
it's kind of weird to think that she kind of knew or something.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that one's different.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick it up.
It was just the whole thing. I mean, if Maya hadn't not gone to school, we wouldn't have been duck hunting. You know, Clover not picking the bird up, like almost wanting me to come get it just because of the fact there was a band on it. And just a whole bunch of reasons come together there that day that, as they often do with bands like that, it's a circumstance, you know, that sometimes don't always add up, but you're there on the right time and the right day, and that special bird flies by. Yeah, we got mostly mallards and widgeon and pintail in these fields around here. That's what the majority of the get. There has been years where we've shot wood ducks in here. There's been years when we've shot gadwalls. Teal frequent the ditches and river systems around here as well. No blue-winged teal, which is one I'd really like to get. As for geese, Canada geese, snow geese, and this year they just opened speckle bellies, which is a treat because I really want to get one of them. As for fields we hunt, well, as you can see, we can hunt the cornfields, and we got some hay fields, grass fields that we usually can get some decent shoots on geese at. Yeah, but mostly cornfields in Cloverdale here. Out Abbotsford, another probably 50 mile to the east, there's another bunch of fields. And I'd say about 20 miles to the west and south is the ocean. So we have the marsh and the foreshore out there, which is where the snow geese and other species of diving ducks and waterfowl frequent. Need a boat to hunt that area, which I don't have at the moment, but hopefully within the next few years. 2010, from when my daughter was born, where my health deteriorated to the point where I couldn't make it out into the field. I went blind in my right eye in 2002, 10 years ago.
Why all the health problems?
Complications to diabetes for years. And then when I turned 26, it really grabbed me by my neck and threw me around for a while. Lost my right eye. And then in 2009 or 10, I found out that my kidneys were failing and had to go on dialysis. So needless to say, it did a little bit to my confidence out in the field. I did make it out, the odd time in there. It was never like it was before or since, where I can hunt, 14 days in a month or whatever. I couldn't do that back.
But you went out after you went blind?
Yeah, I did a few times.
Right away, or?
Not right away, no. It took me a couple years to get my confidence to the level where I thought I could do it again. And the first time out wasn't fun. I was mounting with the wrong arm all the time.
Well,
basically,
you had to learn to shoot with the other side.
Yeah, I had to learn to shoot with my other eye, being that it wasn't my dominant eye. It was
That was in 2009?
2009 was when I found out my kidneys were failing.
Mm-hmm.
And early 2010, I went on kidney dialysis, which, for those of you who don't know, is when you have your blood filtered through straws, basically, every other day for 3 days a week for 4 hours at a time.
And you went through that for a year?
A year and a bit, yeah, almost a year and a half. And then in 2011, on July 15th, my Aunt Sandy gave me a kidney, and here we are. Been feeling good and back hunting, and
For a year now it's been?
for a year now, yeah. Last year we really got back into it, me and Mike and Maya. Yeah, it was a good year last year. Got the addiction back, so to speak.